Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're zeroing in on something pretty fundamental, something we all do, introducing ourselves effectively in English.
Right. It seems simple, but there's an art to it. We've been digging into a really useful video from the Easy English Talk channel on YouTube.
Yeah, they offer a very practical take on it.
They really do. A clear framework.
Exactly. And well, our mission today is to unpack that. We want to look at why a good introduction matters so much and how you can make yours feel, clear and confident.
Regardless of your current English level, really.
Absolutely. This isn't about mastering complex grammar overnight. It's about connection, making that good first impression.
It's so key because, well, think about it. That introduction. It's often the absolute first thing that happens in an interaction.
School, work.
Parties, online meetings, you name it. It sets the stage.
Totally. And getting it right, or at least feeling comfortable with it, it just creates a positive vibe from the get-go. Shows you're, present, ready to talk.
And in many English-speaking cultures, actually offering that intro early on is, well, it's kind of expected. It's part of polite communication.
Right. Helps people place you.
Exactly. It avoids that awkwardness of who is this person.
And it's definitely more than just saying your name, isn't it?
Oh, for sure. A good intro gives little hints about you,
Yeah.
helps find common ground maybe. It can actually kickstart a conversation.
Yeah, build a little bridge.
Perfect example. You're at some international event, bit daunting maybe. Someone comes over. If you can just smoothly say, "Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm here for the tech panel. Great to meet you." It makes things so much easier, smoother.
Compared to just standing there silently.
Right. Or fumbling.
Yeah.
And it's not just face-to-face anymore, is it?
No way. Think about video calls. That little intro box,
Yeah.
your first words, that's the whole first impression right there.
So having a handle on how to introduce yourself clearly, comfortably, it's just invaluable.
Yeah.
Casual chats, professional settings, online, offline.
Okay, so Easy English Talk breaks it down. They suggest a structure, like 6 basic steps, which sounds manageable.
It is. Think of them as simple building blocks. First up, a greeting.
Step 2, say your name. Pretty straightforward.
Step 3, where you're from. Just a little context.
4 is what you do your job, or maybe what you're studying.
Then 5, which is nice, is sharing a hobby or an interest, adds a personal touch.
And finally, step 6, wrap it up. A friendly closing, maybe ask them something back.
Exactly. Keeps the ball rolling. They gave examples, didn't they? Jason and Julia, the hosts.
Yeah. Jason's was something like, "Hi, I'm Jason. I'm from New York in the United States. I work as an English teacher in my free time. I like reading and hiking. It's nice to meet you."
Simple, clear, hits all the points.
And Julia's was similar. "Hello, my name is Julia. I'm from London in the UK. I'm a podcast host and also a language coach. I love music traveling and meeting new people. Nice to meet you."
See? Same structure, different details. And the language is, well, it's accessible. No need for fancy words.
Right. And they also mentioned something, Kia. The delivery.
Oh, yeah. Speaking slowly enough, clearly.
And trying to sound confident even if you're a bit nervous inside.
Which is totally normal. And they mentioned smiling. It does make a difference.
It really does. Okay, let's maybe dig into each part a bit more, starting with greetings.
Good idea. Because the greeting you choose really depends, doesn't it?
Totally. Situation, who you're talking to.
Right. So for casual situations, classmates, maybe a party, hi, hello, even hey, works fine. More relaxed.
But if it's more formal, like a job interview or meeting someone maybe older or more senior.
Then you'd lean towards good morning or good afternoon. Nice to meet you is also a solid formal or semi-formal starter.
And they stressed again, if it's in person, smile, make that eye contact. It just signals openness.
Yeah, approachability. They have a little practice suggestion too, remember?
Yeah.
Like starting with an informal hi, but maybe quickly following with hello, nice to meet you. Sort of bridges the gap sometimes.
Interesting. Okay, step 2. Saying your name. Sounds basic, but clarity is key.
Absolutely. So common ways are, my name is name. That's maybe slightly more formal.
Or just, I'm name. Very common.
Yeah, probably the most common. And they also suggested you can call me name, which is super useful if you have a nickname or maybe a name that's tricky for English speakers.
Good point. And asking for their name.
Simple, what's your name, is standard. Or a bit more polite, may I know your name?
And the example exchange was just,
Hi, I'm Julia. What's your name?
I'm Jason. Nice to meet you. Boom. Done.
Covers the basics perfectly.
Then step 3, where you're from. Your origin.
Yeah, another easy way to connect, you can say I'm from country or city.
Or I come from country, same idea.
I live in city region works too, especially if you've moved.
And you can add detail, right? Like I'm from California in the US.
Exactly. Depends on the flow. Their example put it together nicely. Hi, I'm Jason. I'm from New York in the United States.
I'm Julia from London in the UK. Nice to meet you.
Flows well. Okay, next up, step 4. What you do. Your job or studies.
This is where you share your main activity, basically.
Right. So phrases like, I'm a job title, like I'm a graphic designer.
Or I work in industry, maybe I work in marketing.
If you're a student, I'm a student at university name. Or simply, I study subject, like I study economics.
And the advice was keep it simple. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Your intro isn't your whole resume. Just a quick snapshot.
Like their example. Hi, I'm Julia. I work as an online English coach. Nice to meet you.
And the reply, I'm Jason. I study computer science. Clear, concise.
Step 5 feels a bit more personal. Hobbies and interests.
Yeah, this is where you can show a bit more personality. And it's great for finding conversation starters.
So you could say things like, I like reading and watching movies.
Or I enjoy cooking. My hobbies are photography and music. Things like that.
The tip was not to list like 10 things, though.
Right. Keep it brief. 2 or 3 is usually plenty. Just enough to give a flavor.
Their example had Julia saying, Hi, I'm Julia. I like traveling, learning languages, and taking photos.
And Jason, I enjoy playing football and reading science books. Gives you something to potentially ask about later.
Okay, last step, number 6. The friendly closing or question.
This just rounds it off nicely, makes it feel complete, and shows you're interested in them too.
So simple things like, it's nice to meet you.
Or, it was a pleasure meeting you. And adding a question is key for making it a two-way street.
Like, what about you? Or can you tell me about yourself?
Exactly. Turns it from a statement into a conversation.
And the video wrapped this section up by showing Jason and Julia doing the full intro exchange, right? Using all 6 steps.
Yeah, it showed how it all fits together quite naturally when you actually say it.
They even did a little role play, acting like they were meeting for the first time.
Which is helpful, I think, to see it in action.
For sure. It just demonstrated how you go through those points: greeting, name, origin, job study, hobbies, closing in a normal-sounding chat.
And it underlined how even a basic structured intro can easily lead into a friendly conversation. It just, breaks the ice effectively.
Okay, so knowing the steps is one thing, but actually doing it comfortably takes practice.
Always does. And Easy English Talk gave some really solid practical tips for that.
What was the first one? The mirror.
Yeah, practice in front of a mirror. Sounds a bit strange, maybe, but it really helps you see your own body language, your expression. Are you looking confident? Friendly?
Makes sense. And tip 2 was recording yourself.
Right. Use your phone. Listen back. How does it sound? Is the pace okay? Are you speaking clearly? You catch things you wouldn't otherwise notice.
3rd tip. Write it down.
Yep. Just a short version. Your name, where you're from, what you do, maybe one hobby. Having it written helps lock it in your memory.
Number 4. Practice with someone else.
Crucial one. Grab a friend, family member, language partner. Do the intro exchange. It makes it feel much more real.
And lets you practice reacting to someone else, too.
Exactly. And their last tip, number 5, was to listen and watch.
Pay attention to how others do it.
Yeah. In English, movies, videos, podcasts, notice the different styles, the pronunciation. See what resonates with you.
All good, actionable stuff. And the main point is practice really does make it feel less awkward.
Absolutely. You get smoother, more natural. And it's okay to stumble a bit at first. Everyone does. It's part of learning.
Okay, so quick recap then. We talked about why introductions matter, first impressions, connection, politeness.
Then we broke down that handy 6-step structure from Easy English Talk, greeting, name,
profession or studies,
hobbies and interests,
and that friendly closing or question.
We looked at examples, the role play,
and those 5 great practice tips. Mirror, record, write, practice with others, and observe.
The bottom line really is you can get more confident with this. It just takes a little bit of effort.
Definitely. Well, thank you for joining us for this deep dive on introducing yourself in English.
Yeah, we really hope this breakdown makes you feel a bit more prepared, maybe more confident about making those first connections.
We absolutely encourage you to try out those practice tips. Seriously, even just a few minutes here and there can make a real difference.
It really can. And maybe a final thought to leave you with. Think about the different places you might introduce yourself. A casual party versus a formal networking event.
Ah, good point. How might you tweak that basic six-step structure just slightly for each situation to make the best possible first impression? Something to ponder.